For over 20 years, Debbie Deegan has been changing the lives of some of the most vulnerable and deprived children in the orphanages of Russia. Starting with precious little experience and almost no resources, Debbie has built and sustained a charity organisation that has raised millions of euros and drastically helped in the lives of thousands of children, providing them with healthcare, clothing, toys and a happier place to live. The Russia that Debbie visits now is a more positive place, but 2 decades ago the story was a little different.
When I got off the plane actually in Minsk, I drove for 7 hours through a forest to get to the orphanage. It's like being in a fairy tale. It's a beautiful country, and until we got to the gates of the orphanage. That takes your breath away, because I was a very ordinary mother, still am, and I had kids the same age as those children. So getting out of the car and walking through the gates of an orphanage in 1998 in Russia was definitely, it took my breath away. There wasn't a dry mattress, there wasn't a working toilet, there wasn't a light bulb, there was no mirrors, there was no photographs on any walls. All of that sort of stuff I just took complete pleasure in changing, and I had a brilliant team around me. I found the most amazing people who came on my journey. We decided from the very beginning that our children were as good as any children, and the Russians were unbelievably fabulous to work with. I went straight to the top to my governor, who kind of nobody went to. It's a bit like the Wizard of Oz. They've got long corridors with huge doors, massive corridors. By the time you get to his door, you're kind of quivering in your boots. But then you realise it's just a little man behind the desk. We did change the way the local administration thought about children in orphanages, because they saw us treating them as though they were our own family children. And so I picked up the phone to the Late Late Show and I asked, could I speak to Pat Kenny, please? Thinking about that, I thought that's what you did. So Pat said, well, look, can you talk? So I said, yeah, I can talk. So I went on the Late Late Show on Saturday night. And we made promises to those kids that we would be back, and we will be back. So if we can get carers or money, we would be delighted. And at the same week we launched the charity, and it was called To Russia With Love. My job then is, I suppose, if you're the CEO, your job is to hold it all together as the glue. So you're working with Russians and Irish and different types of people, different views on children.
Over the years, Debbie has worked tirelessly and dedicated her life to improving the lives of the children in Russian orphanages. She has become a media personality and has spoken in front of hundreds of thousands of people. But the priority has always remained the same: give these children a chance at a normal life and nurture them with care and respect.
Then you could start getting awards, and it's lovely to get them and all that, but the benefit of them is then that you get more media coverage, and you get from that then somebody might, write you a check. And we were so passionate about the whole project, and we still are, that people really it was infectious, I think.
Debbie's work has been recognised with many awards and accolades over the years. They include Russian Humanitarian of the Year, Russian Person of the Year Award, VIP Person of the Month, Tatler Special Recognition Award, the Spirit of Ireland Person of the Year Award, the Sunday Independent Person of the Year Award, the Rehab International Person of the Year, the News Talk Social Entrepreneur Award, the Image Magazine Social Entrepreneurship Businesswoman of the Year Award, and the UNESCO Tolerance Award.
Some people were going on sponsored walks to the Great Wall of China and Machu Picchu. We did it all. Finland. We walked everywhere. The Atlas Mountains. We were climbing mountains. We were walking. We were up the 4 peaks. We did it all, and we raised millions. In excess of 5 million, I think, was the first maybe 12 years, 13 years, and we spent it really changing thousands and thousands of children's lives, like meaningfully, strategically changing thousands of kids' lives. If you can allow yourself that kind of moment of, my God, it's an amazing thing to change one life, well, we've definitely changed hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of lives. And as long as we have orphanages there, somebody has to go in and mind those children. There's no point in telling the kids, by the way, it's not PC to be here, so we're out of here. Much as I'd love to be able to do it, we're not going to do it. So as long as they're there, we'll be there. I never took my foot off the pedal, really, in 20 years. Really, ever. It takes massive energy. You have to have massive energy, and you really have to have a huge sense of, I don't know, humanity. You really have to believe that you're making a difference.
Debbie uses her problem-solving and caring attitude to help others, using her spare time to coach people that need a push in the right direction.
And what I love doing is I love when people are floundering. And really what life coaching does is it really, it gets people to come round to where they want, it really focuses their mind on goals and change, and gives them, a clearer path, which is what we've been doing with teenagers and children for 20 years. So it's really, I don't mean easy, but it's completely second nature. When Russia sat in front of me as a huge problem, it would have been so much easier to not take it on. My whole life would have been so much easier. But I was completely transfixed by the whole idea and also the size of the challenge. I definitely did step off the cliff a bit. And you just have to do that. You just have to say, okay, I'm going to take that risk and do that thing. And I'm completely and utterly in my element. And I have completely and utterly found my purpose in life. And I'm so lucky. And I think I'm not surprised there's 158,000 books on Amazon of people trying to find their purpose, because it is a bit like finding the Holy Grail. I just think if you can change your life, do it. And if you love animals, go and work with animals. If you love painting houses, go and paint houses. You don't have to do what life has told you maybe, or stick in the path that you're on if you're not happy with it. And I am so lucky. I'm completely and utterly in my element of what I do. The fit could not be more perfect for me, and I'm really lucky to be able to say that.
Debbie has the power to take on major challenges, manage teams of multi-D experts, drive a team with passion, hard work, kindness and resilience under extreme circumstances. Her recent Irish project is driven with the same passion and desire for change. She can advise anyone, motivate any staff, individual or corporation to do the same. She will advise you how to find your purpose in life as she has found hers.